What's up, guys? It's Rob here, and today we're going to be talking about Wish stock because this is a stock that a lot of people have been interested in and has actually been moving up pretty big today. We're up about 3.5%, and this is on not actually great news or anything. It's actually just a technical analysis perspective that we're going to be looking at today. You can see the chart right here. And to give you guys a bit more of a backstory on Wish, I'm just going to zoom out to 30 days. You can see we were trading fairly high, right, in the 10s until this massive crash on earnings, which was actually, because of a bad earnings call. So that was a fundamental change in the company, which led to lower prices. However, we are now trading in the $6 to $8 range. And what I've noticed with this stock, if you're trading it, is that, well, as I've said before, it's likely going to be bouncing around $6 to $8 for a while. However, we have been moving up closer and closer to this $8 resistance level, which we actually formed several months ago, way back when we used it as a support level in the past. It is now likely going to act as a strong resistance level for us and will probably keep us down for quite some time until some actual fundamental news comes out on Wish's behalf and boosts this stock price a little bit. Now, you can see that actually we were dipping quite a bit today as we were getting closer to this resistance level. Let's find the proper chart for it. You can see that we were dipping quite a bit, and we ended up making most of those losses back today, right? We've moved up about 3.8%. We're not necessarily where we were, but at the end of the day, it hasn't happened yet, right? We still have some time to regain some of those losses. Obviously, investors did not like seeing Wish this low, and they have been buying Wish fairly heavily. If you look at the volume, you can see it's pretty significant compared to what we were seeing at this time earlier today, right? Around 12 o'clock, we weren't seeing that much action in Wish just yesterday. It was pretty low for the volume bars, and for today we're actually seeing some significant volume. So what do I think is going to happen with Wish? Well, there are a couple of things that we can look at. One, we can see that over the past 90 days, we searched for Wish stock. This stock has been declining in popularity on the internet, right? As it's been fading away, you can see over the past couple of months, we've not been doing that well. We've been kind of, there was actually a little bit of a pump here, but for the most part, we've been downtrending, right? Especially over the past year, if you look at that, or 180 days right there. Past year, we've been doing not too great. However, a lot of people think that is going to turn around come this next earnings call, and the reason for that is, if you look at the COVID case counts, you can see that they've been rising quite a bit. And to fully understand this, you have to understand why Wish was doing well in the first place, right? Why they were at 32 in the first place. It was actually because their business model is fairly good considering that the country was in a pandemic, right? It was actually almost the perfect business model for a pandemic because they are an e-commerce platform. People can go on their site and buy things, and it's not the type of e-commerce platform that Amazon is, where you're going there for all of your important things. You're actually just like wasting time, essentially, looking at these little things that they sell, and they're fun things. It's like toys and jewelry and all kinds of stuff. Really anything that you want that's fun, and you can buy it on Wish, and it comes pretty... it's a pretty long shipping time, I'm not going to lie, like maybe 30 days for some stuff. But the upside is it's all very cheap. So, people were cash strapped during the pandemic. Some people weren't, but a lot of people were. They lost their jobs, and they could go on Wish and buy some cheap things to make them feel better while they were stuck inside. So it was almost the perfect business model for the pandemic. And since the pandemic has pretty much been over and a lot of people have been going back out, you can see the case counts had dropped to very low levels. And a lot of people had been going back out, shopping in the real world. They were able to really restart their lives and start doing some in-person shopping again. So they didn't need to use Wish, and they didn't need those fun distractions in their house all the time like they did way back when the pandemic was pretty bad and everybody was locked up. So what ended up happening with Wish was we dumped quite a bit. Now, this dump could be reversed, right? Because if you look at this chart, it's usually a delayed reaction to these kinds of things because it's actually just recently that we started seeing more lockdowns and restrictions. And if you look at the chart, you can actually see we are experiencing a bit of a blip in this, and it's uncertain if we're going to be continuing this trend upwards or if we've actually kind of flattened this curve and we'll be moving back down. Now, I will say this. Obviously, nobody wants COVID cases to rise, and nobody wants more deaths and more hospitalizations, and more sick people. However, for Wish's case, if this actually ended up increasing, if we saw more COVID cases and more restrictions were put in place, that would actually be a good thing for Wish stock. Obviously, nobody wants that to happen. However, it is worth noting that it would be beneficial for Wish, and you have to analyze the likelihood of that happening, right? When you guys are deciding whether or not you want to trade Wish, you have to decide what do you think is going to happen with the pandemic, and do you think that Wish is going to be doing well because of that in the future or not? Do you think that we're going to flatten this curve, or do you think that we're going to potentially be seeing some more lockdowns for a while, right? That's what you have to decide when you're trading Wish stock. And something that's important to look at with Wish is to understand that, yes, it's an e-commerce company and it's doing well during the pandemic, but that's not the only time that it can actually do well during, right? It's still relatively new and is still growing. So there is some potential for it in the future, even if the pandemic doesn't really overtake the world again and Wish stock doesn't get a boost from that. There is some potential for Wish in the future. Looking forward, it's still a decent company and they do still have a fairly large platform that a lot of people were familiarized with during the pandemic. So that is still a very big upside for them. Now, if you guys are interested, I do have an offer for you. You guys can go to the description of this video or the pinned comment and get 2 free stocks valued up to $2,300 on Webull. You don't even have to make a deposit to get the first stock valued up to $300. Just make an account and it's free money. You can use that for whatever you want, to buy Wish, to buy whatever stocks you want, to just take out as cash, do whatever you want with it. And the other stock, you up to $2,000 worth of free stock for the second one. All you got to do is deposit $5. So that's a pretty good deal. If you guys are interested, it would also support the channel. So I'd greatly appreciate you using one of my links. So other than that, that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you have a great day. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.